That. You're important. Oh, boy.
Go ahead. Did the last 2 years, obviously, you've been saying that you're confident that this team will be able to shoot with accuracy, and it's, I don't know whether that was coach speak or whatever, but this team is starting to shoot with accuracy now. What kept your faith in that? Number one, and number two, why is the shooting improved so much?
The first part is, we have a group of guys that work extremely hard. So, like, as a coach, you're going to have belief in the things that you're fully committed to and that are really important to you. And I see the work that those guys do every single day. The second is that we have a group that wants to get the best shot for our team every time down. So that's another level of pride in the passes they make, the shots that we attempt, and trying to find the best shot that we can possibly get on a possession, which certainly is going to allow you to shoot at a higher percentage. And the third thing I'd say to it is that, our guys overall have a tremendous sense of pride, and they want to play at their highest level, and they're going to continue to challenge themselves to do that. And so I feel like our guys have continued to strengthen each other by the work that they've done and the pride that they've shown in how they work each day.
I know I might have asked you, but you were asked on media day about Trey and what he can bring when he can finally play. And has he exceeded what you've seen? Because you saw him practice obviously all last year and all that. I mean, what's he given you that you need?
Well, Trey's done a really good job defensively, being a good communicator, bringing a physical component to our defense, being able to switch some things and guards as well as frontline players. He's been impactful on the glass. His ability to not only block out and create space on the defensive boards, but also to go get second chance points and be on the offensive boards has been effective. Third, his ability to attack the basket, for him to be another option for us to throw the ball to where he can go attack the rim and get to the goal. To say what our expectations, our standards were, and has he exceeded those, I don't know. I do know this, like, he's had basketball taken away from him for a long period of time, and I know that he cherishes every practice, every workout, every opportunity he's able to get out on the court. And I'm confident he'll continue to play with that sense of urgency because it matters so much to him.
I'm sorry if you were asked kind of something similar on Saturday, but obviously we talked about Gabe a lot going into the last game. How rewarding is it, for you as a coach, seeing him put in that type of work to get a moment like that? And what does it maybe do for his confidence when he's already playing such good basketball?
Well, it really matters a lot to me. I care about Gabe deeply, and what he's done for our program and the leap of faith he took to be here with us and the trust and the work that he puts in our program every single day. So we talk a lot about confidence, and Gabe earns the right to be extremely confident every single day by how he works and the things that he does. And so for a coach, I'm just fortunate to have a guy that has that sense of pride, that cares, that works to the level that he does day after day after day after day, because he's relentless. He's a competitor, and he wants to be at his best. So, all the confidence that he's playing with, he's earned over time and every single day. And I look forward for him to continue to elevate, his level of play, because he's still got, climb in front of him where he can go to.
What have you seen from Tech? And obviously every game it seems like in the Big 12 goes down to the wire. They've got a couple of tough losses in that way, but Banner, they got guys that have done it before.
Yeah.
How would you assess their talent, I guess?
Well, they're certainly a team defensively that, was switching everything that they do. They try to, keep you off balance. They try to disrupt your rhythm. They've got bigger guards. They've got versatile frontline players that allows them to switch a lot of things. They are pushing the ball more in transition than they did last year. They're being more opportunistic, trying to get out in transition and attack early. So we've got to do a great job in transition and with our shots. As you mentioned, a guy like O'Banner, has played a lot of games, has won a lot of games, has had a lot of success in this league. Davion Harmon, another guy who, has been in this league at OU and, now back with Tech. So I think, they've got some veteran guys, a guy like Bacho who's tough, physical, interior present, and then they've got some really, really good freshmen. I mean, they've got some really good young kids. So they're a program with a lot of pride. They've had some tough losses, some close losses. They're going to win a lot of games in the league, and we need to make sure that we're at our best tomorrow night because we know they're going to come in here, really trying to win the game.
Who's your best player?
It's a great question. I'd say that our guys, every single day, it's the work that they put in. It's hard for me to pick one guy and differentiate one from another. I'd say overall, we really try to preach that, play our team defense, do what our team does, and then night in and night out, however the offense comes, we'll take it. I think some people always look at like who scores the most points or who has, this or that. And I'd say on different nights, there's been different guys that had an impact. Certainly Kelsher had an unbelievable impact on our ability to win the last game, and he does a lot of nights. And then there's other guys too that step up, whether it's been Jones or Grill or Lipsy or Holmes or Oshun. So there's so many of those guys that have stepped in and stepped up. They would be it wouldn't be fair for me to try to pick one that stands out among the bunch because they've all done such a great job.
I think of your career both here as an assistant and as a head coach, probably always, that's never been a question. Everybody knew who your best player was. I think with this team, it's argued, I don't know that there would be a consensus. What's that dynamic like both in terms of the locker room and just playing 40 minutes of basketball every night?
Well, it's important that everybody does the things that they can do to the best of their ability, what they bring to the table for our team. And everybody's strengths are different. Jaron's strengths are different than Gabe's strengths, are different than Caleb's, are different than Taman's. Same thing on the front line. Shun gives us something different than Robert, and that's something different than Trey King or Demarion when they come in. So what it says about our guys is they're a really connected group. They're a together group. That's not they don't come in with a big ego or preconceived notion of who's going to take the shots or whose night it's going to be. We've been fortunate to just offensively get really good ball movement, try to get the ball into the paint, and then take the best shot that presents itself. But I think more than anything, it speaks to our guys' connectedness, togetherness, that it's not, nobody has to shoulder the scoring load or that on a nightly basis because, it's been different guys. There's been multiple guys in double figures, and we'll continue to just try to get the ball into the paint and get the best shot we can for our team. And who ends up as the the one taking the shot will differ depending on the choices the defense makes.
You used to do a lot of the scouts back in the day here. What does a team without one great player do for, like, if you're doing the scout, for example, of Iowa State, or if you're doing the scout of a team without a standout star?
Yeah, well, in my mind, I look at our team like we do have guys that are stars in
Right, but you know where I was
what we're asking. Yeah, I'd say, as you come in to prepare for us, I think it poses challenges. I don't know, if I were preparing for us, you've got to be intentional about a lot of things. You've got to keep Taman and Jaron out of the paint. You got to try to keep Caleb and Gabe off of rhythm threes. You got to try to keep Trey and Rob and Shun from getting the catches they want in the paint. And night in and night out, we've taken advantage of different, whatever presents itself. So, I think our opponents have to make choices that there's not really a surefire, hey, take this guy away or take this one thing away, and that's going to disrupt them. And it's really been more to credit of our guys, connectedness and unity that if you take one thing away, there's other things that we can do. Or if there's one shot that, isn't falling a particular light, there's other things that we can do. So I think it's probably tough to scout and prepare for a team that, can beat you in a lot of different ways and a lot of different guys with different shots. So we'll just keep, that intent on getting the best shot we can for our team and going from there.
Back to Trey. What did you learn about him last year? Obviously, you have an idea of who he is when you bring him here. But when he does have to say it, you talk about it being taken away, he seemed to become kind of a vocal leader of
Mhm.
sorts, even though he couldn't play. What did that tell you about him, just as a dude?
Well, yeah, he's got tremendous character. I mean, he's got an unbelievable family. He's somebody that, you know, he cares deeply about his teammates, and you could see that. I mean, challenging dynamic to come in at semester last year. You know, you're showing up for Christmas break with a bunch of guys who at that time were 12-0, saying, "Who's this guy?" And he's been vocal in practice. He's been engaged. He was a valuable part last year of our scout team, which is something that can really help your confidence grow, and you can build from there. And then he's had great intent every day in practice as we've come in, you know, which has allowed for him to, you know, have a smooth transition into the lineup and earning minutes. So he's earning it every single day. Through the hard work. It says a lot about his character, that what he continues to do, and we're going to continue to keep climbing with him and keep elevating his game as he moves forward.